Hey folks, Emmy here and welcome back to Coffee Talk 2. Ooh, tech confuses gnomes with dwarves, oh dear. Good evening. Officer, welcome. Hey Emmy, how are you doing? Officer? Oh, heh, sorry. My mind is kind of somewhere else right now. No worries, work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Emmy. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analysing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Oh, I see. How did it go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything like rats or cats. But neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know? The laughter. Huh. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werbeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Huh. Even if I could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Emmy, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh, what about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Oh, Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Heh, probably. Not anymore though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Yes. Apparitions like ghosts. Ghosts? Ghosts. Oh god. I see. What do you mean, I see? Eh? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. But, come on. Ghosts don't exist. Do they? Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Ah, right, the tree. Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Don't get how you can be so calm about this, huh? Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world even. Sometimes literally. You're right. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos. True that. If you don't mind telling me though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh no, that's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Emmy. Well, that's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpop was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just, with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see. That makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the zenness of it. I don't. But that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah? But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. On that note, Emmy, you've seen my lighter, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes. My bad. That thing was originally my grandpop's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. Ah. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veterans support nearby and all. Right? Now, about that street, you see, my grandpop liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets, from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about craziest things. Ah, I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You mean Bond Street? Uh-huh. It wasn't called that before. That's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But when I went through his files and it checks out, does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. Wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Emmy. Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit, out of everyone's, right? Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cats. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see. Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market, information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own, right? And now, you know why I kept losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Emmy, that place is calling for me. This case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme, from local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It is something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, and lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But Emmy, even if the whole situation is, haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know. But I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I was just thinking your lighter might give it that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. What are you going to make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Okay. Okay. Then make me this magical drink you've learned, Emmy. So it was, oh god, coffee, honey, lemon. And then I need to give him his lighter back. Way madder. Oh, wow. The drink does light up, huh? Yup. This is special just for you. So don't tell anybody. Roger that. Here you go. Oof. Careful. Dang, Emmy. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Ha, I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Emmy. You even made this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. Thanks. Man, At least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. Huh? Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease, I won't make that mistake again. Queen? Is that you? Hello, Williams. It's been a while. Heh, it is you. The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies. Brunch buddies. I feel like I'm meant to say brunch buddies in the same serious tone, but I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel you. I wasn't sure we were going to make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. Good, because I don't like to talk about it. So what brings you here, detective? Surely it's not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Oh, well, busting might be a bit much. I was just talking to Emmy about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I got a little spooked by what happened on Bond Street the other day. Ah, I remember that. Heh. I know very well that unchecked fears lead to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit it out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghosts. How do you do it, detective? Your cases. Man, I'd probably have lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody. That's who. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had passed away recently but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? But the husband, he's caught wind, and he's retreated into the basement. I won't go into technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard, I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam. Next minute, all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit up by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions. Classic ghost tricks. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel and he's behind me and... Wait, isn't that the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh, maybe. We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Oh god. Hey detective. Hey people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? Sure did. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. That's just the rain. It's very Bready rain. There's feeling all over your top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective.